Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. You would risk your lives to help us yet again?
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
The beast was there, and now it is no more. I saw nothing.
Then the situation's more dire than we realized.
No! Gods have mercy!
Get away from her, now!
Take me with you. Our people, you must save them.
Ah, there you are. Mm-hmm. Our fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from a contact in Rotterdam. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Well, what did you imagine when they said the end of days? Good God, are the final days already upon us? The final days, sorry. It would appear so. Sadly, that is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people of Rotterdam are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Okay. Agreed. Cryly, you'd best remain here with Tataru and gather what knowledge you can. You're in no condition for a long journey, I imagine. I wonder why Hydaelyn hasn't spoken to us, now that she has, you know, now that she's free and can do whatever she wants. Very well. Similar phenomena may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Let us make first of Yedlimot. We must prepare ourselves for what may lie ahead. I don't know, for some reason that whole episode on the moon kinda took the drive out of the story, right? Daniel's gone, Zodiark is gone, there's cute little bunnies on the moon, and we know that if we cannot stop the final days, we just, you know, board our spaceship and fly away. I'm really wondering how they want to grip us back into the story, because right now it's really a little, I don't know, didn't expect to have so many conclusions in the middle of the expansion. We do not wield creation magics that the ancients did, yet still these abominations appear. Whatever could be the cause. In ancient times, the phenomenon was first observed in places where the celestial currents had grown weakest. It would seem there is a stagnancy of ether in the skies above Rotterdam, unbeknownst even to Virtra.
And lo, vile beasts did rise.
Skies of flame.
Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas.
Yeah, I'm the first Thunderbolt who board that moon airship, sorry.
Unto the heavens. Three dooms to unmake all we were.
In real life, of course.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have.
Why do you think we're here?
Of the situation, Your Excellency.
Last night, the isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends.
That's different.
Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The large one's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
Did Virtua turn into a beast?
And what of Vritra?
Vitra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people.
Okay.
I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Heavensward. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
So who turns? Why do people turn? And what determines if they turn?
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Hey, that's my thing. Stop nodding. Hey, Hydaelyn, I would like a chat. Please pick up the phone. Stop ghosting me. Everyone has assembled, yes? I thank you for lending us your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around the north side of the island. There you'll find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. It is sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Virtua and the Radiant host have gone there ahead of us. I ask you to join them and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. Oof. How would you even breathe in there? Or see anything in the smoke. I mean, luckily I've never been in a forest fire, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to run in there. No matter how light of a warrior you are. What the hell? Why are they just turning like that? They didn't have this with the original final days, did they? You're kinda flanking them very far apart, thank God. Ugh, what's that? Oh, it's Virtua. Really? Okay, looked a little strange from the side. We can do them harm, don't worry. We don't really care. When did we ever care? So you don't even care when your children of Tavnair hurt your other children of Tavnair. We don't know any other. Through the fire and the flames? Yeah, I really wouldn't be going in there. It's kind of nice that they turned the smoke off though. But very spectacularly done, you know. Be my guest. Hey, it's a little guy. What are you gonna turn into? Creepy. Okay, some of them say something and the others don't.
Allow me.
Very creepy boss.
My turn! I'll tend to your wounds.
I expected there to be a what is left or what is right thingy again, which is why I didn't run immediately. There we go. Creepy boss. Very creepy boss. I don't know. The end has come. Probably. Oh yeah. There! What do you mean? Gra, there! I was forgetting my so-so. I just remembered. There we go. Very fiery. You're gonna turn, come on. So once they fall in despair, they're turning? Well, sounds like Madoka Magica. Gloves are off. Whatever that means. I guess now she can spellcast better, I don't know. I'm a little tired. And the freshness of the Reaper has pretty much faded away. And I've already said last time that I think it would be a little boring compared to Ninja at least. It's It's also a little sad that he doesn't really have any cooldowns. I mean, yeah, we have Arcane Circle, but that doesn't really do anything. It's just, wow, 3% more damage, yay. And this, of course, you have Enshroud, and Enshroud isn't really a cooldown. It doesn't feel like something that you use in your burst phase, right? It just is your burst phase. I like a Chokorok casting. I don't need a Chokorok casting. I need a Chokorok maiming. Terminus Wrecker, yeah, wreck me, daddy. Maybe not.
Allow me.
I will not hold back.
Okay, what's that?
There.
Total wreck. So what's the ether siphon for? Now it's fire. Okay, now we want to be inside of the water. Yeah, okay. Ah, it's very slow to react.
Allow me.
Meaningless destruction. Yay. That's how it looked like. I didn't even wear gloves before, Yashtola. Oops. That didn't go as far as I thought it would go. Fire. No, fire, hot, ouch, ouch. Come on.
There.
Allow me.
I will not hold back.
Sun's Ascent. Yeah, I would have put a beautiful jungle, but unfortunately it's burning everywhere. Ugh, that looks... Holy crap. Looks like the Matrix with all the guardians in the sky. Hey, Thancred, make a photo of me. Come on, make a photo of me at the end of the days, the final days. Yay. No? Okay. Not aiming, maiming. An additional M is missing. It's really cool. I love Graha's random there. Maybe he wants to say glare. It just mixes it up, I don't know. Maybe he's too nervous to actually spell the name of his spell correctly. There. Oh, that's a big one. Hey, thanks for the bridge. Blasphemous, Svarbanu. Looks a little like a dragon. You know, just a little. Come on, let's get him, Thancred. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Whatever. I forgot so again. As usual. Does red mean I need to be on blue, or does it mean I need to be in red? Okay. Red means we need to be on blue. Crumbling sky? That's something different. Come on! Close enough.
I will not hold back.
Allow me. My turn.
We don't take turns here, Thancred. Just attack with whatever you have. Oh. Ah, okay, should have been on the other one, yeah, sure. Okay. Hi there. Kinda like how many mechanics there are where you need to look at a given direction.
My turn. You're mine. I'll tend to your wounds.
Maybe we get a bit too. Don't think so, but maybe. There.
My turn.
There we go. Looks like a hot and very dry place, so maybe you should drink some, guys. Alright, where we at? That looks strange.
as I feared.
What is it?
What? Everybody turns.
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Kind of.
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
How did you attack it then?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud.
Ugh.
Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhaps so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
Not by any means known to me, or by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
Where did it go then? Nothing? Nowhere?
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable.
Maybe they dissipate some power that helps fighting entropy in the universe, I don't know.
Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe.
You put your secret at risk.
Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
Easier said than done.
What madness is this, I-One? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos. Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally, and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone.
He's gonna turn, he's gonna turn, he's gonna turn.
I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radzatan will not survive.
Take me with you.
Ride the dragon, Estinian.
I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you. Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Hydaelyn's side.
Estinian, here. The last thing you ever wanted. Link Pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you love.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Fair enough. Now, shall we?
Maybe we could have given him, you know, like a little ladder, just step on the dragon's back. How they use for horses and stuff.
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
Our Radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city, though it pains me to know those beasts were once my own people. There's no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduta for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. Elise and I will see to Paxa's path. Thancred and Yashtola pray make for Dharma. I leave Arthur to Graha and you, Yomi. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduta, that we might share what we've learned with the Satrap. Okay, whatever you say. Shall we be off then? Is this always Graha with you, or is it dependent on the choice you make the day before? Arta is home to the High Crucible of Alchemia, whose alchemists forged many of her warding skills. That seems as good a place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nuharin, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer our queries. Ah, I remember those red eyes. You were with those Scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We are assisting the Satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly I heard panicked screams coming from the direction of Balshan Bazaar, and the next instant a monstrous beast poked its head out from amidst the stalls. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be spent sprawling as the fiend and its minions propelled themselves skyward. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we know now where we should inquire next. To the bazaar then. Maybe we should check if any bats started spreading the, blasphemy. Sisters have mercy, what is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. Danger is past, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard the screams, then a horde of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a merit, throwing people like ragdolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, saw others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder, more voices in the throng. Beasts or victims, I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening, I still don't. That is enough, my good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. The High Crucible too has survived mostly unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. Is something the matter, traveler? If you're lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the fiend, its massive body bursting through the entryway with the force of a tidal wave. And then it was gone as quickly as it came. And the entrance looks kinda intact though. Kinda interesting. Forgive me, but my shop's closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have come not in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. While that was all going on, the great big one tore through the west side of the bazaar. You'd have better luck asking there. And going after the enormous beast, are you? Aye, I saw it, including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Thank gods for putting me there. It started over there by the window. A few men, merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must have taken a turn for the worse. Next thing I know, the leader, I suppose it was, burst his head in his hands and black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body burst apart and there stands a hideous, slavering beast, massive and foul, all gaping maws and bulging eyes. His friend starts shrieking, then the black mist comes again until the change takes them too. It's stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmarish indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade. Not much cause to mingle with that sort. Saw Melil, the barmaid chatting with them though. She might know something. The barmaids, they always know anything. Something. Then why should we ask the one over there and not Melil? Oh, pardon me, I was just... Anyway, take a seat wherever you like. We're open for business, as per usual. Even after repairing all the damage, I'll take a while for business to pick up again. You mean the blasphemy? That's what the Radiant have been calling it anyway. I saw it too, we all did. I was standing here at the counter as Merida poured me a drink, then suddenly there came this dreadful sound, like a pain-damn groan. It was unlike anything I've ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose a creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sends shiver up my spine. By some stroke of fortune I was able to slip outside before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight it greeted me offered no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Merida, myself, and the other survivors clung to each other for the dear life until the Radiant host came to raid. Wait, did I hear correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn? I'm certain of it. The windows here offer a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, hello there, General Kenobi. Welcome to Merida's Mayana. What can we get you? Information, please. We have come not for libations, but rather for information. You're Melil, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on the Satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent the transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Didn't I say I was worried more about him than I was about the elephant? Whatever his name was. Kalsal was his name. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the exports of Tanarian specialities. Yeah, I know him. It's through him we met Matsya. Yes, name rings a bell. Didn't you meet them both on your first trip to Tavner? Yes, I did. If I recall correctly, Kalsal ran a trading operation in Yetlimud, and it was there that you made Matsya's acquaintance. Yes, that is the same Kalsal, no doubt. A rather successful man from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxuries is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of a trading consortium indeed. Khalsal was a compassionate man. Even as his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, it was the very topic of yesterday's meeting as far as I could hear. Yet as they discussed matters further, Khalsal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me. I will not have you recall memory if it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask you just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Khalsal in particular? Please, anything at all. Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Khalsal lived for his work and had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them if you believe it would help. What do you say? Yeah, let's ask the neighbors, sure. So let's burst into their homes and frighten them and be like, I am Batman, answer me these questions. Hey Marty. Khalsal, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return, he'd spend his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easily as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really, what with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night I heard the door open. I looked out to see Khalsal sitting on a bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see. The situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of. Other than the troubles with the consortium, he was the same old Khalsal, cordial and honest, like always. These questions you're asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in a terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? Well, kind of. I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am, I've heard little about those bizarre goings-on. Rest assured, the city is safer now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you stay close to your daughter and be prepared to take refuge should the Satrap order it. Could you come back another time? I just woke up and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion, you may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Thavner. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Khalsal? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Khalsal? Yes, I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around thanks to a generous order from Ruveda Fibers, while he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Jinar Baha might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Oh, that might have gone to shambles. Jinar Baha at Ruveda Fibers. This sounds promising. So how many people do we need to ask until you get it that it's like despair that kind of seems to be triggering it? And hurry, I say, there's no time to waste. Ooh, what are those pants I'm wearing? Pardon me, but you are in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions that we'd like to... I'm sorry, but I simply don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask the others what to put where. Ugh. Thanks, Graham. Really wanted to do that. Great use of my time. I have always wanted to test through how many layers of fabric this scythe can slice with one swing. Hop! Well, it's only like 5 meters, right? Ooh. I, too, have delivered the instruments and apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With the wares safely stored away, we'll not lose any more to those fiends. I take it your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies in confusion, and then, before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out, a scream of such agony, such terror, and in the next instant he too sprouted fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask? Indeed, you knew the merchant Kalsal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Kalsal? I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large ship on the Ferrix, but in the end we received a better offer and had to turn him down. Yeah, of course. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he'd discussed it with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. You remember what we saw in Vanaspati, yes? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomenon occurred here, the poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kalsal. By all accounts, it was he who suffered from the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Really? Yeah, I see you haven't seen Puella Magi Madoka Magica, right? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances.
Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
That was my summary.
So the merchant Kalsal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients.
Is it?
With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Okay.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings.
Is there a difference? I mean, the magic beasts that the ancients created were made from ether, right? And humans and whatever races there are also made of ether, so is there really a difference?
Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not.
Yeah.
Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
Not all of us are sundered, are we? That's something I didn't really get in Shadowbringers. In my understanding, there are the sundered, but there are also just, you know, souls that have been created by, you know, just people procreating. At least that was my understanding, and not all of us are sundered. Maybe, I mean, maybe we are.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me.
No. To my understanding, there is the sundered ones, but there's also just souls that have been created during, you know, during this time, the new ones, right? Because Emotzelk said that he doesn't consider Y'shtola, for example, to be alive. Because, to my understanding, she's none of the sundered ones, right? Or even if she... Or is it just because it's only a fraction of her soul? Maybe I misunderstood that. But there's also just, you know, normal beings that have normal souls that have been created just as children from sundered ones, I guess. I'm not even sure if it's just children from sundered ones or if they just came into existence through, I don't know, other means. I mean, if we all were sundered ones, then there should be like a copy of each of us in all of the shards, right? But we haven't met a single copy of one of the others in the first. I mean, of course, they might have just all died, right? I'm still going with there is the sundered ones, but there's also many, many more just normal souls that aren't sundered, but just, you know, whenever they die, they go back to the live stream and then they're created anew when a new being is born. That's my understanding of what it happens, how it happens.
We have it on good authority that Karl Zal's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the
Shocked
situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast. Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Look! It's the Satrap!
Look, he's turning into a beast.
The Satrap!
Thank the heavens.
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last. Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Palaka's stand? My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share...
Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
There you have news to share.
You are?
I'm Matsya of Akyali, a humble fisherman.
Hey, Matsya.
Ah, I remember you from our first visit.
They look all the same to me.
Wait, you're... But no, that can wait. When the skies turned red, I set off for Palaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend. But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy! Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
Sure, it is done.
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts? They tore our bravest warriors limb from limb. What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, sink their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Get away from her, now!
Would have thought such a strengthy beast would emanate from a feeble old lady.
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Have them all wear masks. I'm sure it's gonna help.
Run as fast as you can.
Not in this case. It does in other cases. I'm not making fun of it. But you know, feelings aren't contagious. Viruses are. No, it comes slowly at me at 1 kilometer per hour. That's rather hilarious. Ugh. That wasn't nice. Yeah, come on, don't just stand there. What do you have the scythe on your back for? Ugh. Hey, a little bit attack on Titan.
Our people, you must save them.
Scythe, slice, arm. It's not really that hard, is it? This game turns into like all of the anime at once.
My son.
Enough! You must run. For their sake and your own. Yes. You will survive. You must.
Alright, just give them a chill pill. I'm gonna kick your ass if you turn.